Hello guys, I hope you are in good health and I urge you to please stay safe and if it necessary only then go out from your home. So guys, I am Karthike Hunde and I am in the team of Lexis and Company as an intern. So I made this video reference to the previous video which is on the extradition purposes of extradition and what are the Indian laws on extradition principle. So in this video we discuss about the laws in India for non-treaty state if there is no treaty of extradition with any state and fugitive criminals have been residing in those states. So which rules comes under that and what are the general condition of extradition and what if there are some exceptions from this rule to given to fugitive criminals. So we discuss this and also discuss one of the cases related to the this exceptions rule as an Abu Salim case. So let's start this video and discuss more about and understand more about the extradition principle under the public international law. So first we discuss about what if any state does not have a direct treaty or bilateral treaty with India about extradition of any fugitive criminals? So then which laws or which treaty or which international principles govern such procedure and how the Indian can extradite such person for and punish such person for his crime? सो इसके लिए अपन इस बेसिकली इस रूल इसके लिए कवर कर रहा है अपना सेक्शन 3 सब क्लॉज 4 of the Indian Extradition Act of 1962, in which it clearly stated that if any non-treaty state had any fugitive criminals in its territory, then the India can apply for such request for surrendering of such person to punish for his crime he committed in the Indian territory. So the rule which governs are the 1997 International Convention for the International Convention for the Suppression of Terrorist Bombing. So this is in one of the convention which deals with in a person who when a treaty when can be non-treaty state can apply for an surrendering of an a criminal, fugitive criminals. So in this section 3 subclause 4 of Indian Extradition Act specifically deal with that. So now we discuss about the countries which have an extradition treaty or agreement with India. So India makes an extradition request to any country, while Indian treaty partners having a treaty obligation to consider Indian request first. That means India can make any extradition request for any country for the extradition of person, but when India have any specific bilateral extradition treaty or arrangement with any specific country, then they have to fulfill such agreement and they have to be obliged to first listen and transfer such case to Indian court for the surrendering for the extradition of such person, fugitive criminals. So Indian extradition request on the basis of assurance of reciprocity, which means reciprocity means that if any crime committed in India and he reside in Britain, for example, I'm taking an example. So the person who is residing in India, if India having a extradition treaty, so that person in England can transfer to India on that treaty. If any citizen of in Britain who committed a crime in their territory and reside in India, then India have an obligation to to give that person to Britain if they are in specific under the specific extradition treaty. So India has extradition treaty with UK, USA, Australia, Indonesia, Saudi Arab, UAE, Canada, Hong Kong, etc. There are or many other countries. Extradition agreement. Now extradition agreement with Sweden, Singapore and Italy. So these are some of the important countries from which India have an extradition treaty and agreement. So general condition. What are the general conditions for extradition? So there are basically three general condition is for making a person is liable for extradition for his crime for his fugitive criminal. So first is the principle of double criminality, which means if a crime committed in the host country, which requested country having a law which having a similar punishment, which in the host country has to be recognize such offense as a crime. Which means if, for example, I taking a example that if a murder committed in India, it is punishable in India, and if he person resided in Switzerland and such murder is also punishable in Switzerland, then such person can be apply for extradition. If a theft is not recorded, if it not murder is not recorded as a criminal or any offense in Switzerland, then we cannot have the application of extradition treaty. So these one of principal double criminality. फिर आता the next comes the extraditable offense. What are the extraditable offense? The extraditable offense can be decided by the state government by passing a specific legislation which discuss these list of offenses which comes under the extraditable offense, and that and also one option is that country which having a domestic list can be give a list, or they can provide a specific treaty which define extraditable offense. The offense related to which can a person can be a fugitive can be comes under extradition. So now we discuss about what is extradition treaty. So if any country having a specific extradition state is bound by the extradition treaty, it can also, if there is no such treaty, the state can refuse from extradition for any crime. So if there is no extradition treaty, the state can refuse such crime. So it only also depend on the international relation between such country also. So international relation play an important role in this region also. So let's now discuss about the general restriction on surrender and what are the exceptions to extraditions. So the following condition for extraditions are usually incorporated in extradition act or a treaty these days. So what are these following condition are? Extradition shall not be granted for a political offense. In the case of Dalai Lama residing in India, it was a political offense, so it cannot be India cannot be obliged to give extradite Dalai Lama to China. Another case is request for extradition shall not be time barred. So if a country requests, you have to give in a particular time period. It cannot be time barred. The condition is extradition cannot be granted in a time bar situation. Rule of speciality, in which that if rule of speciality is that in case if requested country give an extradition for then specific offenses the person fugitive committed, then he has to be trial in only for those requested application for extradition. No another offenses can be included or can be charged for other offenses also. So the specific offenses which are specific in the application for extradition are only triable in the requested country for his crime only. And non bis in idem, this is another principle which deals as an exception to the extradition of the person. So I think in this video is taking some more time to discuss what are the relative cases to this. So I hope I made another video in which we discuss about the cases which related to extradition and how India stand with the extradition treaty and how India has successfully used this principle to punish the fugitive criminals for their offenses in India. So I hope you like this video and thank you for watching this, and okay, bye.